Welcome to episode 9 of the Please Lariat podcast. I'm your host, AJ, and in today's episode, I'm going to discuss if they should pull the trigger on these wrestlers. I'm going to start off with Azumi from Stardom. Now, Azumi has been in Stardom since 2013. She has been a Artist of Stardom champion, a Goddess of Stardom champion, and a high speed champion. But is it time to put a bigger title on her, like the Wonder of Stardom title or the New Japan Women's Strong title? My answer to that question is a maybe. Now, there's plenty of different ways you could go about putting the white belt on her. Now, as we all know, she will be fighting her stablemate Starlight Kid at All-Star Grand Queendom at the end of April for the Wonder of Stardom title. Now, a way that I think they could do this is by having a shock surprise win by having Azumi take the white belt off of Starlight Kid. And you can start a friendly feud between Starlight Kid and Azumi. Not all feuds need to be, between two people that don't like each other. And I think this could be a really good feud going into the summer for Stardom. Another thing is she's challenged Mercedes Moné for the New Japan Women's Strong title. Now, as we know, she's already challenged for that title back in 2023 against Julia. And I thought she was going to be the one to take that belt off of Julia, but she didn't there. I don't think she's going to win the title from Mercedes. It would be cool to see because, to be honest, I don't think Mercedes needs all the titles she's got. She's got, but we'll see. But like I said, I think it's more plausible that Azumi wins the white belt from Starlight Kid than rather than she wins the Strong Women's title from Mercedes. All right, the next person I want to talk about from WWE is Chelsea Green, the current United States Women's Champion. Now, I know that she is the United States champion right now, but what I'm thinking of, is it time for her to be considered and pushed as a top heel in the women's division? Now, the thing with Chelsea Green is I know a lot of people see Chelsea as this comedic heel that loses a lot. But recently, since she's since she has gotten the Women's United States title and started her own stable with the Secret Hervis, I think she's become way more legitimate. She's also gotten a couple wins in the last couple months too. But I think there's so much more with Chelsea Green that you can do with. And I think you could have her as a top heel on SmackDown to, I don't know if Tiffany retains, to have her step up and challenge Tiffany and, just be one of the top heels. She's already one of the top, faces you see in WWE as it goes for, promoting stuff, being out there, being at hockey games, or being on different shows. I think it's a good time to start really pushing Chelsea into that upper echelon of women's wrestlers. So that was my person from WWE. And then finally from Marigold, I actually have two wrestlers because I couldn't decide. And those two wrestlers are Bozilla and Mirai. Now, I'll start off with Bozilla. I don't know how long Bozilla is going to be in Marigold before she goes to do bigger and better things in the world of wrestling. But I will say this. I think Bozilla is a bona fide star. She is going to be a huge star and wherever she goes, after Marigold. But she can also be she's also a huge star in Marigold right now. And I know she recently lost her red belt challenge to Utami, but I think if she's going to stick around in Marigold, it would be a good time. Like now would be a good time to either have her re-challenge for the red belt or even have her go after the United National title. And she is really plausible for her to be one of those champions, to have this huge gaijin that is super legitimate because of her size and the fact that she picked up wrestling so quickly to be your top champion. Next, I want to talk about Mirai. Mirai is this solid veteran that came over from Stardom, and I honestly believe that Mirai is top two for like in-ring workers in Marigold. She is a fantastic in-ring worker and a fantastic leader in Marigold. And I think it would be cool to have her as a top babyface champion to represent Marigold. Now, I know they're trying to establish Utami as the ace of the company, as the top star of the company, but I think you need more people as like the big stars of the company. And who better than Mirai to do it with while you're kind of waiting for your younger wrestlers to get to that spot where they're like ready to be like faces of the company, like Victoria Yuzuki, Siri Yamamoka. But I think to have somebody like Mirai there to give all those younger wrestlers fantastic matches while still having Utami there too as a top face and ace of the company would be a good move from Marigold. But anyways, I was just doing a quick episode today. You can follow me on Twitter. You can listen to my podcast on YouTube and Spotify. Thank you for listening. I'm out.